And we're live. Hello, everybody. Just give me a thing to share this around. And no. I have tried to invite some people. So, and my camera has. There we go. And, before I get into everything, this is my new channel that will be for my club that I started. Uh, for Arkansas black powder shooters and enthusiasts. It will be, well, there's a group on Facebook and here. Well, oh, there we go. So there's that. So, but yeah, we'll get into the actual title in just a minute. So just give me a second. I'm still sharing this around. So if you're here, go ahead and sound off so I know who's here. I can go through a little like early roll call. Then we'll get into everything. Bill Jeff so far says howdy. Stephen Thompson, George Gooding. All those came in like one time. Uh, that the channel I'm showing right now is my new channel. It'll be about the black powder shooting club I started. They would not let me put shooting either on Facebook or YouTube. So I called it Club Black. It was supposed to be Arkansas Black Powder Shooters. Didn't go too well. I don't know how Black Powder Maniac Shooter gets away with it, but so I put club. It was allowed on both of them. So I'll be posting a video sometime over there about the rules, when the events are going to be, uh, and kind of how break everything down, and then it'll be like shoot from there. Like be like videos from the shoots and everything like that. It'll be I was just going to do just pistols, but I'm like, no, I've got enough room. I can do pistols and rifles. Uh, so yeah. So if you would please go and subscribe to that one. Yeah. All right. So we got Billy Jeff, who says howdy, beer and cowboy emoji. Stephen Thompson, howdy. George Gooding breaks the howdy streak with a hello. Really, George? Really? All right. And for some reason, this popped up. Hold on, it's blocking like my whole the screen right now. So I had to pop up from one of my from a thingamabobber. That's, so apparently before Christmas, my boss told me we're on vacation. Okay, remember this. He tells me I'm on vacation. Then I call him. Don't get an answer from him because I wanted to see when I go back to work. He said about the middle of January he'd call me. You know, I'll wait until the middle of January. to call. Called him, didn't get nothing. I'm like, okay, I'll send him a text, tell him what I was, curious about and everything. He doesn't reply. I wait a few days. Text him again. Say, hey, I'm just curious about when I'm going back to work. That's all I'm wondering. And then I got this smart ass remark and rude remark. And I'm gonna read it to you word for word. And now here's the thing, I was already hired by him. I was just supposed to be on vacation, okay? So keep that in mind when I read this out to you. It says, as of right now, I'm only keeping what I got. We are slow to hire anyone else. Sorry. I was supposed to be on vacation. So what the hell's that all about? And I even asked him. I called him, and he just sent it straight to voicemail. So I sent him a message. Says, I thought I was already part of the crew. You said I'd be able to come back sometime this month. If you were going to fire me, you should have just had the balls to say it. So, uh, for just to help offset the channel cost, I'm going to put just for my gaming live streams, just a link to my personal PayPal. If you want to donate something, you're able to. Just, just for my gaming live streams because those are the only ones I'm really but those will only be like once a week kind of thing. Yes, George Gooding. And if any of y'all live in the Memphis, Marion, or West Memphis area, do not use M&M Remodeling. I I can tell you why because trust me, he cut a lot of corners, a lot. It looks good, but it won't last you. Took the words right out of it. So don't just don't use him. His name is Tyler Matson. Uh, it killed me to go do it, but I went to go file for unemployment because I'm surprisingly out of work. I don't have a backup plan. Usually, since my whole working career, if I wanted to leave a job, I already had another job, so I didn't have to ever use unemployment. So I'm at that crossroads right now where no money coming in and everything. So I'm like, okay, let me go file for unemployment. I'm supposed to be working under covered work, covered contract work, right? Because I'm getting a W-2, not a W-9 or whatever it's called. I can't remember where I'm reliable for my own taxes. Oh no, no, no. He doesn't even have me there as an employee. So I call my lawyer and OSHA. Yeah, have fun, buddy, because I know what kind of licensing you have and what you don't, and I know what I've had to do. I've got pictures of it, and you have zero safety harnesses, buddy, and a whole bunch of other violations. Let's just not go into the violations I've had to go into. But yeah, so just to help offset the cost of this channel just a little bit for the gaming live streams, I figured I put my personal PayPal account in the link in the chat. Every so often, just if someone wants to donate, just uh to help keep the lights and internet on, it'll be there, and you'll get a little entertainment. I don't care that so all that. Hold on one second. My phone is ringing. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. That's why I even typed in the chat and posted it up there so everyone would know I was on the phone. Okay, I'm probably about to butcher your name, so hi. Yeah, but here's the thing, Bill. Usually when they say, okay, you're on vacation until X amount of time, I'll call you if something happens. Usually I get a call back. I have never, this is my first time in my working career. Has this ever happened to me? So, like I said, it kind of left me in a position I'm not too comfortable with. Uh, and that's why I say when I do my live streams, like, like, which y'all really seem to like, even though it seemed like it didn't want to work. Which I won't be trying to do tomorrow. I won't be trying to do it again tomorrow. Hopefully, I've got everything figured out now. I'll be doing Red Dead Redemption 2, and I'll have in the chat every so often my personal PayPal account to help fund buying new guns for the channel, buying new molds, buying uh just powder so I can shoot these guns because powder's expensive as anyone knows. Which I wasn't having to ask for any of this. I wasn't doing anything. And also, if you don't want to go that way, I'll be having something I saw and I liked. They're called little frog legs. This is a prototype. I'll be opening a store again because I closed it down because I didn't need it no more. Now I do. Uh, frog leg holsters, right? Just meant they're basically meant for cap and ball revolvers. They could be made for any kind of revolver. You've got a shorter barrel one; they'll fit right in. Like I said, this is the prototype. So it's kind of filled with flaws, as you can see right here. I'll have these to sell, and I'll open up a store. And uh, I smoke roll your own because it's just cheaper, and the brand of tobacco. I have a bag of tobacco right here somewhere. Yeah, brand I smoke is this Gambler Turkish Blend. Yeah, and here's the thing. I've worked for some good ones. I've worked for some damn good contractors, but I would get offered more money here, and be honest with them. I get screwed over here, come back and say, hey, and they just say, okay, come on. But like I said, I've never usually when but what really pisses me off is that because I was working 5, 6 days a week, I, you know, I didn't have time to do YouTube videos. I was barely having time to do these live streams. I was I didn't get to really go hunting this year. Uh, so I mean, and that's unstrange for me. Usually, I'm if I go out to the woods, even if I don't see anything, I'm out there. But gambler, yeehaw, why not? But here's the thing, it's just, but yeah, that's enough of that. Because in case Mama Murphy missed it, Billy Jeff, Billy Jeff said hello to Mama Murphy. And in case you haven't seen, there are some videos of Mama Murphy on my channel. That is actually my mother. Mama Murphy is my mom. And she has said more wordy dirties on this channel than I have. I don't know how I feel about that. But anyway, but but all this means until I can find another job, which shouldn't be too hard. I've got good job experience before. Uh I'll be doing more. I'll be able to do more videos. I'll be doing more gaming live streams. Little DIY stuff. It just some of the stuff I have not been able to do. Like I've actually got an idea for a video off the top of my head, like last night, and it should be kind of fun. It also extremely dangerous. I'm glad I have made this channel not suitable for kids. Because this one is not. It's one of those ideas. Okay, how do I put this? It's hi, Vanessa Kitty. Hi. And by the way, I have been kicked off Instagram. By the way, that's another thing I wanted to talk about. I got completely and totally kicked off Instagram. Don't know how. Doesn't say. Just I want to go log in because for those who don't know, I had to get a new phone because my other one just fried. So I got me a new phone. Well, old phone that still worked because I'm a cheapskate. It still works. Yes, Vanessa Kitty. Long story short, he lied to me, and I hate a liar. Now, so I'll never go back to work for him again. And I have actually sent him a link to this. That was who actually called me. It was him because I badmouthed his company. He's threatening to sue me. I'm like, have fun with OSHA, buddy. You won't have a company here soon. Yeah, but I was using Instagram, so I just hadn't got Instagram back on this new phone. And that's kind of where I shared these and everything. And apparently I violated their standards somehow. And I didn't, yeah, I don't know. But I've appealed it and everything, so if you see me back on Instagram, I'm there. I am still on Discord. You can the Reloaders Network. Hold on, let me see if I don't know if I can share the Discord chat. I don't know if I have that kind of power. If I can remember how to work Discord properly. Hmm. Mm, um. Okay, Vanessa Kitty. Oh, here's. Hi, boy. There we go. That's better.
What you know good?
Well, I got fired. I was supposed to be on vacation. And apparently, before Christmas, I was fired. When he told me he'd call me back and tell me when I was coming back to work. And I don't. Even if he does call me to go back to work for him, I won't tell him to kiss my rebel something. To quote Dennis Quaid's Doc Holliday. Uh, I refuse to work for a liar. And but I was trying to figure out how to share the Discord chat for the Reloaders Network, and I just haven't figured it out. But
I can't help you with that.
yeah, you figured I'm 27 and I'd be able to be computer smart, right? Yeah, no. No. But here's the thing. You can give me any AK or AR, any kind of bolt action, pump action, or something like that. I can have that thing broke down, cleaned, white glove cleaned, oiled, and everything, and put back together in about an hour, out 2 hours. And so, I mean, right now all I'm waiting on is new hammer and a rear sight, and I've got another Bobcat that my girlfriend's dad asked me to look at, and that's all it needed was a new hammer. Well, a hammer, nipple, and back sight, but I've got the nipple. Had an old nipple that's a number 11 that fit the threads right here. But you figure I can do all that kind of work, right? A computer should be no problem. Nope. By the way, where did you get that hat?
This hat came from Walmart. Believe it or not.
Was it one of those Ozarka Trail cowboy
I don't,
hat?
I don't know. It's over in the sporting goods department.
Mm.
But now I've had this in a few years. I don't think they carry this particular style no more.
Well, I know that I was they had another one like the one I have in like most of my videos, which somewhere around here. But it's yeah. So I've been wondering, have you ever reloaded 44 Magnum with black powder before?
Not 44 Magnum.
I've been curious about. I don't know why, but it just popped in my head. How much velocity and penetration would you lose if you did that? Like just filled the case full?
It would
Would it
all
be
be.
coming?
It would be comparing it to. I mean, whatever. It would be a direct comparison to a different load in smokeless because 240 grain would penetrate more than 180 grain, and my 310 grain would penetrate more than 240 grain. Even some black powder compared to smokeless. That would be my guess.
Well, a 44 Magnum case would hold what, close to 45 grains easy?
I would think now a 44 Magnum case would probably hold somewhere between 35 and 40 because a 45 Colt case holds roughly just a little less than 40. So somewhere between 36 and 41 at most.
That would still have a lot of funk to it, though.
Oh yeah, it would have thump to it. And there's really no, with black powder, especially like, in 45 Colt cases, a full charge of 45 Colt black powder under a 255-ish grain bullet is a very powerful load. So it's not really a compromise, but of course, 2400 and H110 can really push a bullet with a whole lot less case
Powder.
capacity fill.
Yeah. This right here is a 210 grain bullet on a full the case. I did a whole bunch of kind of like you did. Just filled the case full of black powder, then just to see if I could do it.
Mm-hmm.
Got a whole cartridge belt full of them. Weighed it out. I was getting about 39, 40 grains
Yeah.
per case. And I've shot a few of these things.
Hey, it ain't no wimp.
No,
People who think that a full case of historic, full power black powder 45 Colts is a reduced load or a wimpy load have never shot it.
out of that 8-inch barrel, it's manageable. I mean, I can understand why this is not a. The people in the military were like, yeah, we don't like shooting these.
Yeah.
Now that little 4-inch barrel, good lord. That's almost a wrist break. That's like shooting a 44 Magnum
Yeah.
one-handed. Like, I've got this and just weak limping it, wristing it.
Mm-hmm.
That hurts.
I have traded back up to a 5-inch 454 Casull, even in a ported Raging Bull with a cushy grip. That son of a gun's kicking the hell out of me too.
Well, I think there's a. Now I could be wrong, and it happens a lot. But there's a lot of people that take the 454 Casull casings, fill it with black powder, and then it's a different to use for their Walker conversion kits for their. I think it's called the 454 Brimstone.
I thought that was a 460 case that they were using, but I may be wrong.
I may be. I'm thinking it's either. It could be that case too. It's one of those two cases. But all it basically
I
is.
think it's a 460, but I'm not positive.
Yeah, I haven't looked into it because I don't have a Colt Walker. Like, why would I need?
Me neither.
I mean, you don't. If I need a horse pistol, I mean, good lord, I just buy a Colt Dragoon.
Yeah.
I mean, like what, 40 grains of black powder on a round ball? that thing will drop a freaking bore. I've seen YouTube videos of it happening.
Yeah, 40 grains of black powder under a 255 grain bullet is supposed to have been, or a 250 grain bullet by military specs was supposed to be able to take out a horse at 100 yards out of a 7.5-inch pistol. So that's
Yeah.
no wimp. That's a pretty powerful load.
And this, I just recently gave this to my brother. This thing right here is a 50 caliber inline that for my gunsmithing course that we made a fugly gun out of. I mean, it can hold up to 100 grains of black powder, but if you want to shoot it like that, hold on.
Yeah.
It's rated for that, but what he shoots out of it's 50 grains, and one of these out of it, and out of this little 8.5-inch barrel, at 50 grains. You're holding it like this,
Yeah.
and it still kicks. But we recently just mounted this so we can put a red dot on it so you can shoot it accurately. At 7 yards, you're gonna hit up somebody with. If you hit somebody with this, it's. If not, you got a nice club. But yes. I'll be doing I'm gonna call it the idiot's guide to cavalry pistols and cavalry rifle carbines.
So you're making it for me then?
Basically, because it's just going to be kind of like the simple. It's going to be not 100%. It's going to be easy to understand for anybody watching it. Like, okay, the reason we went from this kind of pistol to this kind of pistol is because of blah. And here's the reason why you would have this pistol because, and why this kind of style of pistol overtook this pistol and everything else.
Yeah.
But at the time of making this, I just haven't got it put together. It's on the computer. It's just in parts, then blooper reels. And I have to reshoot some parts because some of the parts I was trying to be serious ended up on the blooper reel.
Everything I do deserves to be on a blooper reel.
Not everything. I mean, you do some damn good videos, Blah Boy.
Every bit of it's off the cuff. It's making it up as I go, and sometimes I don't even know what I'm doing until I start.
That's kind of how I started, but then I kind of wanted to get a little, just a little bit more. Okay, I'm going to do this today. Now, what happens after that? That's the plan. I'm going to be talking about this.
Yeah. No, I start out with a subject sometimes, and every now and then it veers way off.
Now I'm gonna see if Vanessa got that invite made. Hold on. I gotta do like 4 things just so I can do one thing.
I understand that.
And people don't understand why I want to shoot computers. Just go.
I keep a hammer nearby to adjust them.
Well, I'm trying to work with another YouTuber to do a collaboration for a video. And about different types of holsters. Uh, I do here. Then okay. So I have a feeling Vanessa Kitty might have got that done, and then it has got me. Okay. Okay. I was saying if Vanessa Kitty got that Discord link shared. All right, there we go. Good Lord. I I actually don't have a 255 grain for the 45 Colt.
That Lee bullet that I cast is it actually ends up weighing out 263 grains, and that's what I put under 40 grains of 3F GoX. It really does kick. Works real good.
Well, I don't know if you can see it or not, but I'm about to. I started muzzle loading or black powder, I should say, shooting event in my state, and I made a YouTube page just to help. Someone's like, "Oh, what's the rules of the video? You know, of this club, whatever. You know, I can just reshare that. You know, here's rules of the club. Here you go. You know, and if I make an updated version, I just go boop, and that will keep it kind of uncluttered from this channel. That probably won't happen, but anyhow. So I'm just typing into the chat, "Hi everyone," on that channel. Because if you're in Arkansas and you like to shoot, or if you're coming through Arkansas, I mean, there it is. And I mean, I've got 2 acres to shoot at. I mean, it's not going to be no 300-yard shooting, but now this is the one I've so far is the most accurate out of mine. It's just Lee rounded. And the thing is, I double. You know, it's a single lube groove. I put lube all the way up to that crimp groove up there. I don't know if I can. Well, and it helps.
I'm
But let's
tumble
face it.
lubing with Lee Alloc, so I've got lube everywhere.
I need to get some, but right now I'm financially embarrassed.
I know what you mean.
So, well, I mean, I wasn't usually every time I've went from one job to another, I've always had another job, and that's always been my rule. I'm not going to quit a job, and no matter how much I hate it, without having another job already lined up. And then when it gets time to start that other job, I'll just give my 2 weeks notice and go on. Yep. I didn't get to make that plan this time because I actually like this job. I worked my damn ass off at this job. But he decided he wanted someone that's going to take 4 times as long to get something done because that guy says he knows what he's doing. I can tell you, I can build you an F-15 airplane. Doesn't mean I can do it.
Give me a schematic and give me a while.
Even with a schematic, I don't know. I don't know if you want to trust that thing getting into that thing.
Oh, I won't fly it, but I'll build it, but I won't fly it.
I'll build you a little plastic model of it, and you can just wee.
You don't want to get in a damn paper airplane, I build. That son of a bitch will be dangerous.
What the hell happened here? But
So,
honestly,
go ahead.
you know what's funny? Usually, I have to deal with one or two trolls, right? Not tonight. I guess you scared them all off, Plowboy.
I think I scare off viewers too.
Now, hopefully here soon Duke will be back from his winter job. So,
Yeah,
have you ever?
he seems to have dropped off the face of the earth lately.
When he does that, goes to that winter job, that's what he's there for. And
Gotta pay attention to what he's doing, I guess.
yeah, from what he's told me, you don't really got a lot of free time.
I imagine.
And also, he decided that YouTube is a hobby of his. He's
That's
not
all
gonna
this
try.
is to me as a hobby.
It is to me too, but I've got so many good friends. Yeah, it's the only time I get to talk to them is doing these live streams. So I try to do at least once a week.
Yeah.
I mean, I couldn't. I'm gonna start trying to put out at least a video every. Well, you can't tell how my mama feels about this whole situation. You know now.
Hmm.
In case you didn't know, that's where I get my balls from. My mama.
Mama Murphy seems all right.
She's. How do I put this? Because without getting a cast iron skillet upside my head, she's a southern lady.
That'll
She could.
work.
Yeah.
Enough said. Discretion is the better part of valor, Hoss.
Yeah. George Gooding. It's probably the weather that is keeping him hopping. They've had a lot of crappy snow out there. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, and also he's been spending a lot of time with his dad, and
Which is
I
always
can.
cool.
Yeah, I honestly I wish I had a little bit. Even though me and him weren't always on terms, I guess you could say I wish I had a little time with my real father. Before he passed, but. Not all the time.
Only when necessary, huh?
Let's just say this. I've seen her make men the size of mountains feel like a freaking ant under a mountain. That had to lay a finger on them.
I've known women like that.
But good Lord. In this game I play called Red Dead Redemption 2, right?
Mm.
Let's say this, about the guns, they have took the historical accuracy and threw them out the window, right?
Yeah.
Because the most powerful handgun you can get in the game is the Colt new model, not Colt Navy, 1851 Navy.
And they consider that the most powerful or the best all around package?
It's near as fast to reload as the Cattleman, which is the Colt, is that you can tell it's the, which I can kind of see if you, not saying they're perfectly in line, but even in real life, it's just, it's never going to be as fast as a Schofield, the
No.
Cattleman, or
Schofield will
even
never
that.
be. Yeah. Schofield's it.
Yeah, I mean, but then it just, but power wise, the Schofield, Schofield and Peacemaker, or the Cattleman as they call it in the game, are on equal playing ground. They're the exact same power range. This is Schofield's faster. That's why I like playing with it.
Mm.
But the Colt Navy, you need something that does some damage in this game, you just switch to that thing.
Well, they don't care about historical accuracy. I love the Colt Navy as far as handling goes. To me, that's the best balanced package. I love the way it handles. I love the grip. But we all know that it ain't fast. As far as after the first 6 shots, it ain't fast. And we sure know that it ain't gonna. At 36 caliber, it can be plenty effective, but it's not a 44 Magnum or 45 Colt.
Oh no. With a good, well placed headshot with the Johnson and Dow, oh, I believe you could stop a man easily with it.
Hey, a well placed headshot with a round ball is gonna stop a man hard. 36 caliber even.
Oh God, yes.
The biggest holes that I had in this exterior steel door that I used to hang my targets on, the biggest holes I seemed to have in that entire door were all from 36 caliber cap and ball. Because that
Yeah.
bullet smacked that and just flattened out and tore up hell in half of Georgia.
Oh yeah, and I'm probably gonna get a lot of hate from this. I would, for my round balls, I would make them a little bit harder and then but that Navy never seemed to have a problem. I would cast them the same way I cast these Colt, and these Colt bullets are, for the 45 Colt, are all just a little softer than lead or wheel weights. Not by much, but still. And that's what I would use for my 36 caliber round balls. Or the Lee Real bullets, the double rounded tipped, double and it just, I shaved the ring of lead off and it sunk them right in, no problem. I mean, it was a little, boom, there it is. Maybe because of the size of it. Maybe if I was trying to do it with the 44, it wouldn't have done that as easily.
Mm-hmm.
But it seems like Colts are stronger built.
Well, I'm fine with dead soft lead up to 1,000 foot per second anyway.
That is true, but it's what I could get. I couldn't always get dead soft lead, but I tried to make it as soft as I could get.
Yeah, I've had to start casting for 454 Casull again, and that sure ain't soft.
But that's like,
So, are you paying attention to what's going on in Virginia at all?
yeah, I'm just it kind of seems like it's at a cold stand. It will, I shouldn't say dead cold, but it's from what I've been hearing, it's kind of we're not moving, we're not moving. Then let's go. Come on, let's go. No, no side's willing to fire the first shot, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Apparently, I'm ignoring Mama Murphy.
Uh-oh, don't do that.
She asked about her wine that I'm making, and yes, it is legal for me to make wine without a distillery license because it's under a gallon in Arkansas. It's been done since Christmas. It's in the closet where it was been sitting there too. Good Lord, thank you. Billy Jeff says, and also trying to drive one of those horses. It's no, you would not believe how many times I crash the horse because I'm trying to get. I'm okay. I need to pull it this way because I'm used to riding an actual horse. Okay, I need to do
Yeah.
it like this. Horse does his little circle and runs off, and then I'm in a tree. Or I'm up the tree, off the cliff. I spent literally all day just learning how to ride the horse in the game. It was not. It was interesting. But they've got a lot of stuff. I mean, you can understand it is a game, and they're never claimed to be historically accurate. If so, they would have named the lever guns, the Henry and the Winchester. They would have got the rights to do that. I think they actually call the Lamont revolver. I think that's the only one that's actually called what it's supposed to be called is the Lamont.
Yeah.
Well, no, the Navy revolver was called the Colt Navy was just called the Navy model Colt of 1851. If I'm not mistaken, historically.
Well, yeah, it was 51 Navy.
Yeah. But you really don't have to make a distinguish unless you're bringing up Remingtons. Which there are, by the way, there are no Remingtons whatsoever in this game.
Believe it or not, that's all I've got left with 45 Colts is Remingtons.
I know you've got one that I would love to have.
Which one's that?
That the cartridge convert, the fully
Oh yeah,
cartridge.
the 58 Cimarron cartridge conversion.
Yeah. Yeah, I was looking at that one thinking like, okay, I'll save up and get this one. Everything. Oh no. Have you texted it yet?
Thought you was fixing to get murdered.
That's strong. It rancid.
That's what I thought when I smelled it. That's why I made you take the first sip.
Who's that, Bob? I don't think we had the right yeast, or it sat there too long and didn't get chilled first.
Drank it faster.
I mean, there's alcohol in it. That sure is. There's something. Just something didn't happen right.
This you bearing witness to something that has never happened to me. Or at least it ain't happened in more years than I can remember. I don't have a drop of whiskey. I don't have a drop of beer, and I don't have any wine. I drank it all. I'm out. Until tomorrow, I'm out.
Let me guess. You ran out right before you jumped on here, didn't you?
Yeah, actually, right before it.
I've been out for about a week. I was hoping those get done. I don't know what happened there.
I started out today with wine, whiskey, and beer, and I'm out of everything.
Good Lord.
Oh, well.
And people say I have a drinking problem.
Well, the only problem I have is I can't find nothing to drink.
All right. Mm.
Oh, my God, we lost Jeremy. Oh, he's back.
Sorry, I had to do something because that was...
You did not want this to be the Plowboy Show solo. Trust me. It's fixing to get ugly.
It was fermented, but it seemed like it sat there too long. That's what, Billy Jeff, that's probably what's happened. It just... Or it needs to be cut or something, because it is just... Or maybe I'm just not a wine person, because it was strong. I think it may be too much yeast and sugar. I'm not sure. But that's okay. We'll just make another batch and find out.
Did it stop bubbling? Stop working?
Yeah. It sat there for about a month. Then it stopped. I mean, we had a... You know, the thing that's weird, we had let the cap loose, right? And put a condom on top of it with a rubber band around it. It filled that up and then deflated. I just think...
Then it probably needed more yeast and more sugar and worked again, double worked.
Maybe next... Well, we just gotta... hey, you know, this is like... We're doing this because this is juice that other people don't drink. And they're bringing to like the church potlucks, and no one else drinks it there. So I'm like, okay, I'll take it. It's 100% juice. I'll take it. Make it into wine. Ain't cost me nothing.
I'll take a church drunk. Don't bother me none.
My grandpa used to make some fabulous wine. But the thing is, the recipe was in his head, and he never wrote it down, and he never taught it to me. So now I'm having to try to figure it out through taste.
Yeah.
And it ain't working. I've already figured out his shotgun load. Cram as much powder as you can in there and as much shot as you can, and send that sucker home. And just hope it don't blow up your shotgun.
Pack her full and blow it to hell. That's about the best way to do it.
Well, he had a shotgun press, right? And it had the powder measure on there, but he never adjusted it for different powders. So he might get this powder one time, then another powder another time, and throw that same charge for each powder charge. And I don't know, you should just do that one time. Just the exact same, and you could just easily tell the difference, especially in a
I guarantee it.
especially in a freaking 410.
Yeah.
And that's what he mainly reloaded for me. Good lord. I found the slugs. Let's just say this. I shot a boar in the head one time with one of these slugs that he reloaded. We found it near its ass. Straight through. It went in right between the eye and almost came out the butt cheeks.
I said he was doing just fine.
I don't. That boar didn't feel a thing.
Now, he didn't know what the hell hit it. Papa kicking ass.
Why this shoulder don't work half the damn time? Oh, his slugs that he used. I don't know if you ever shot 3-inch Magnum shells.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
3.5s.
those things. Oh, 3.5. No, that's still a light load for him. George, that's kind of how my grandpa was. But here's the thing: my grandpa got away with making as much as he did because he would gift it away to people, like the sheriff, and stuff like that, at Christmas and stuff. But, so what you got working down the pipeline? Some ideas you've been working on.
Man, all I've been doing lately is acquiring newfangled stuff. I've got guns that I need to shoot on camera because I promised people that I'll shoot that new 5-inch 454 Raging Bull 454 Casull. Let's see. I want to do some more shooting of that 629 since I put the fiber optic front sight and the new combat grip on it. And I reckon I ain't supposed to tell nobody that I've ended up with a brand new Glock 17 because I ain't really into those kind of guns. And I'm not really into ARs either, but somehow or another in the last 2 weeks I've got 2 brand new Diamondback ARs. But that's all in response to what I'm seeing go down in Virginia. You know, I see the writing on the wall. And I've got a whole lot of tools in my toolbox for the other stuff, but I was really poor on stuff that'll fire more than a few shots at a time. So I've changed that.
Let's just say what you've seen on the channel ain't close to what I've got what I've actually got in the armory. All the fun stuff is lost in a boating accident.
Sweet. Should have taught it to swim.
That's why it was lost in a boating accident. It accidentally tried to learn how to swim.
Damnedest things that happen. You can't ever tell.
Yeah. But I want people to understand. I don't personally like the Glock.
Oh, I don't either.
And I don't, just because I'm a 1911 guy.
So am I.
I like a 1911 in 9mm, 10mm, and 45. More 45 ACP. And the main reason is because I can load almost anything into, like lead, powder coated, or FMJs, ball, and I had to worry about it.
Yeah.
With some Glock, hold on, hold on 1 second. Oh. There we go. One door came open. But like some Glock, if you try to reload like lead ammo for it, it could mess up the rifling.
Well, you risk sticking a bullet anyway.
But
What I've done is I didn't have anything that my wife would shoot in an emergency. Really, she didn't like anything I had. So that Glock 17 and 9mm, it really don't have much recoil, and she'll shoot it.
yeah,
And there's value in that. And then in the ARs, there's a financial component to that as well as a practical defense component based on what I'm seeing coming down in Virginia. I do believe those guns within a short period of time, whether it's now, Monday, or whether it's 2020, or whether it's 2024, I believe they're going to increase in value exponentially.
oh yeah.
And I'm starting that now because I've got a whole lot of lever actions. I got a whole lot of muzzle loaders and other kinds of stuff. And I've just decided that my toolbox is full of only one or two kinds of tools, and I want to have a little more diversity.
Well, hold on 1 second.
Go right ahead.
I'm gonna turn my camera off for 1 second because I'm in my house. I'm comfortable, so I don't know if YouTube would like the bottom half.
You're not wearing pants. Thank you, Jeremy. I appreciate that.
I was trying to be polite about it.
I won't be polite. All right, welcome again, everybody, to the Plowboy Show. Jeremy's not wearing pants, and I'm going to be conducting this, hoping that y'all don't think about that or see that for a little while. If anybody would like to comment on Jeremy's lack of lower attire, please go ahead and do so. I'm way too sober to be picturing this, so anyway, does anybody got anything to help me wipe my brain? Man, ain't going to work, is it?
No.
I'm going to do my own live stream one day, and I'm going to lose every subscriber I've got.
That's what I thought when I did mine. I'm like, oh crap.
That'll be the end of me.
I'd still be subscribed.
They'll be like, that crazy son of a bitch, we're hearing him live. I don't like him no more. That's the end of this. Law will be knocking on my door, and that'll be the end of it. It'll all be on Cops. Y'all will see it on Cops later on.
Oh. Good Lord. No, I've got like a bazillion different things in front of my guns, and I gotta get the one I want out, and then I've got to. Hey, there's that ball I've been looking everywhere for.
I don't know, but what our imaginations are may be worse than reality there, Jeremy.
What was that?
Said, I don't know, but what we imagine going on there in the dark's worse than what reality may be. I'm way too sober for this.
Well, some of these are worth a lot of money, so I've had them hidden, buried up underneath some stuff where I, because I'm not going to use them. Well, hold on. I think I know where it's at. I've got like 3 different spots I keep these things.
I'm fixing to dance on your channel there, Jeremy. Not really.
Hold on. What? 1 second.
I think we've lost Jeremy.
No, I'm having help look for it. There's a lot of swearing going on, so I've muted myself. All right, I'm back. There he goes. Now, hold on. It had gotten put up because of my stepkids. I didn't want them messing with it, and I forgot where I put it. There we go. All right, blah boy, and I have that gun. My camera keeps messing with me. There we go. All right, everybody knows what this is, right?
Yeah.
It's a Ruger 1022, right?
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Chambered in this, right?
Should be.
22 long.
You're making me doubt it, Jeremy.
This is the box magazine it comes with. Holds 10 rounds, right?
That's what I thought.
In Virginia, it's an assault rifle.
Hot damn, let's have one or two.
You want to know why?
Detachable mag or the...
The fact it could, even if I only have 4 of these 10-round box magazines, right? But because there is a possibility I could put one of those 15, 25, or drum magazines in here, and it is a semi-automatic rifle.
You outlaw son of a gun. I hope Northam stops you.
Oh, there's supposed to be a way you can. Oh, right, I removed that because it kept getting. Good Lord. I just got back sitting down. I couldn't. How can I read the. It seems like everybody's happy for you to do the live stream.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh shit, they'll change their minds. You give me about 5 minutes of it. I run out of stuff to do or say.
What do you think I do here? And then I just something randomly pops up in my head.
I hear you.
Yeah, well, we didn't have since I haven't gone squirrel hunting. I haven't needed it, right? So you use the 22 I either use this or my 22 my 22 Magnum bolt action, which, by the way, would also be considered an assault rifle. Even though it's a tube-fed magazine, it holds more than 10 rounds.
That makes me want it more.
You ain't getting it. That was my grandpa. That was the one gun my grandpa left me. And do you know how? All right, brand new box of CCI mag, right? Mini mags, right? Unopened. Y'all see how much that is? Bought these at the exact same time. Same store.
Mm-mm.
But of course, when you break it down, dadgummit.
One's a little happier than the other.
And I bought those so I can do a. I did it, do a video. I think I've got another box in there that was an older that I've been saving for God knows how long. But these are the Remington Thunderbolts. These are varmint CCI mini mags, which I know they suck. I tried taking a rabbit with one of these things. Shit. Rabbit laughed at it. I hit that rabbit with one of these. I hit a squirrel or a rabbit with one of these Thunderbolts. Mm-mm.
Turn it inside out.
That rabbit, it just went. I mean, these are hollow pointed. These are not. These are just standard ball. With these 22 Magnums, good lord. I took possums with this load. These right here.
Seems like a big old mouth on that son of a gun from here.
Oh, it. Let's just say it tries to eat the 22 LR.
Yep, I'd let it. Turn it loose.
And my cousin used to take those those pellets, the 177 pellets, crimp the little cups down and put them in there to single feed them into the bolt action. It acted just like the Hornady ballistic tips. It really opened it up. But now that's according to Game Warden, that's kind of frowned upon.
He probably don't need to know.
Good lord. Oh, good lord. Okay, Plowboy's reading the comments.
Yeah. I'm checking out some of it. I finally figured out how to switch back and forth between my tab on Firefox and StreamYard.
Yeah. Michael Stan, I think is how you say his name.
Yep, that's Stan.
Stan, okay. Well, you never know how people have their names said nowadays.
Yeah, I know. I figured I just pick one and I commit to it. And if he don't like it, Michael, your name is now Stan. Sorry. Hope it works out.
Oh, you can ask Michael. It took me forever. Signs. To figure out how to say his last name.
It
It
took me
really
about 2 guesses to get his right.
Yeah. Well, he just got one of those weird names.
It's unusual here.
Oh yeah, what he's saying is not wrong.
No.
Well, let's just say this: Asa Hutchinson ain't got the balls to try anything like that around here. Last time something like that came up, he was let known he will be looking for a new job. Or a hangman's noose. For treason. He's never backed another anti-gun or pro-gun or anti-gun law ever since that happened. So he's took a neutral stand. George Goon says, I've still got Stingers and Yellow Jackets saved back from my 22 bolt action. Yeah, and what a lot of people understand is if you're a good shot, the 22 will sure hurt a heck of a lot. Just ask my ass how I know that.
Don't shoot yourself in the ass no more.
It was my cousin. Man, I'm out of coffee. Dang it.
It's too late for coffee.
I drink it from the time I get up to the time I go to bed.
I drink it from the time I get up to the end of the second cup about an hour later, and that's it.
I have a cup, go use the bathroom, have a second cup, and then I lose count.
At the end of my coffee comes my whiskey and my beer and my wine and whatever else is handy.
Oh, I have a question for you. Do you buy when you have to make black powder lube? Do you buy it or do you make it?
I make all of it. Well, I mean, the black powder itself I buy. I'm using GoEx, but now all my cartridges I'm making.
Well, I was talking about like the lubrication for them. Do you?
Now, and for my black powder stuff, I'm using SPG lube. I bought I think it's a half a pound block of it back in 2016. I'm still using it.
Well, I bought a pound and a half of beeswax because it was like $1 a pound and a half, and I'm like, I'll probably be gone through that in a year. Little did I know after I added the lard and the vegetable oil to it, I'd be still using it. Oh, let's just say this: I bought that the same time I bought the night, and that video's been up a year now. And I still have over a pound of it left.
Well, I have just drastically reduced my powder and lube consumption because I've sold one of my 2 long muzzle loaders today. Sold my P53 Enfield. I still got the JP Murray 577. I'm gonna keep it, even though I got somebody trying to buy it too.
What? Mom, I don't want to know about my dog trying to get some. Good Lord. He's just doing what an animal does. Put him in trouble for that. It's like trying to make me in trouble for having coffee. Oh, we found that hat I was talking about. This is the one I think is similar to yours, but is differently camouflaged. Just camouflaged in here, not the whole hat.
Gotcha.
Well, I mean, they look similar-ish. Well, except yours doesn't have as much paint on it. I like this hat. It's just not a hat you wear during 100-degree weather.
Nope.
Because this is a hunting hat. That will exhaust you.
Yeah, the other one was too warm anyway. I don't know why I'm still wearing it.
It's in like the 30s been around here.
It's got a little warmer here, but I reckon we got cooler stuff coming. You ain't that far west of me as the crow flies. There's a whole lot of stuff y'all get that we get right afterwards.
You're in what, Georgia?
I'm in northwest Alabama. I'm not far from Tupelo and Iuka.
Yeah. Yeah, you would probably be getting what we're getting in about a day to a week.
Typically,
depends
yeah.
Depends
Typically
on
a day or so.
Unless it breaks up and then you get none of it.
Usually I watch storm clouds as it's going from Arkansas into Mississippi. So y'all are usually somewhere between 12 and 24 hours ahead of us, maybe sometimes 36 at the most.
Michael Stan says, I've been collecting the brass I shoot for a long time now. I don't lie load yet, but I don't as long as
as long as the brass ain't corroded, Michael Stan, and as long as you don't see cracks, and then when you go to load it, especially when you're expanding the case mouth and you're putting the bullet in, look at it and make sure that there's no cracks around it. And if you don't see any cracks, I say run it.
I think the oldest brass I know about is some surplus ball ammo from, I think it's East Berlin, when there was a Berlin Wall, that was surplused out, that's still being reloaded, that has been converted to take regular primers for like the AK variants. The 47, not the 74. And that using corrosive powder and primers and they just cleaned that on up, and that brass would be about, talking about like people shooting it now and then doing all this stuff and reloading it now, would be about, it sat there for about 20 years, and then it got surplused after the Berlin Wall, which happened in what, 80? Oh crap, 80? What was it?
I was drunk that year. I don't remember.
I think it was sometime during the 80s. So at least 20 years to the 2000s, and then so about 60-year-old brass. So now all like Plowboy says, just check for cracks, corrosion. Michael Stan, it's how I got into reloading is I went out, I bought the Lee hand press, I bought the dies. I went out and bought 2 boxes of 45 Colt. I bought me a 45 caliber mold, a bunch of primers, because they're literally the powder and the primer. I got it's like 2 big boxes of them because they were on sale for like half price. The CCI large Magnum primers for pistol. They were like on sale normally like $20. They were on sale for like 10. So for like the 1,000. Well, the box of thousands. So for the price of 1, I got 2, and I still haven't even dented the first box. I bought basically 100 rounds of 45 Colt, and I've been using that since January of last year. the brass repeatedly. So the only thing I don't know if you do this, Pablo, but every 10th shot, I put them in my oven and warm the brass up every so often.
I still haven't attempted to anneal any of mine. I've got some 45 Colt brass that I've been reloading since 2016. And when I started out on a little tabletop, beat together with a mallet, you know, kind of the Lee
Yeah.
Classic loaders,
Yeah.
the slow way. And I've still got 45 Colt cases. I've loaded probably a dozen or more times since then, and I've yet to anneal anything. But once in, I'll say out of every 100 that I reload, I may find one. When I go to seat a bullet, I may see a crack, and if I do, I get out the bullet puller and knock it out of there, and I bend that case up and throw it away. So I mean, I really haven't annealed anything, and I haven't tried to preserve it, and it's holding out great.
Well, I've got one of those just because I couldn't find any of those warm togethers. All I could find was that basically that little hand where you do like that.
Yeah. Well, you're better off with what you got. The classic loader is a good way to start, but I'm here to tell you, I stood there in one spot in the kitchen and started out loading these until my wife went nuts the first day. It was just too much noise, too much beating and banging in the house, and then I moved it outside, and it's slow as Christmas. So
Well,
when I moved up to a single stage, you know, press, I thought I was in high cotton.
Well, the only difference between a single stage and that little Lee hand loader is the hand loader is attached to a table. That hand loader,
Exactly.
I could literally be reloading ammo right now off camera.
Yeah.
You'd never know about it. Except you would hear clink every so often. I mean, it's literally like this big.
Yeah. I started to buy one of those.
I keep it in my Alice pack for when I go like hunting and stuff.
I see. I went to the classic turret press, and over a single stage press, as far as I'm concerned, that's like some highfalutin, high speed apparatus. I mean, I'm turning out ammo a lot faster now.
I want to get a turret press.
That's where it's at.
Yeah, but I'm not sure if I've been always happy with Lee because if I've had a problem with one of their products, I call them up. They say, "Okay, here's a box with a return address in it. Send it back." I got a problem with their that it was an adapter that you put on the hand press, right? I had a problem with that. They said, "Okay, here's a box. You put it in there. Had a return address already. That was paid for. I've sent it back." Oh, it's just a spring. Here's your whole new thing.
Yeah. Well, see what I'm using the Lee Classic turret press, and when I first got it, I went to pull one of the little turrets out, and there's a little spring-loaded ball detent that's kind of how it indexes, you know. And one of the first few times I pulled a turret out of it, well, that little ball just jumped out of it. Well, I thought, well, I'll fix that myself. So, you know, I goofed around with it, and I put the little ball and the spring back in it, and I put a little detent, you know, kind of pecked the aluminum there a little bit, and I thought, well, that'll fix it. Well, it didn't ever fix it. And after about a week of fooling with it, I called Lee and I said, look, you know, what does it cost for this top piece for this turret press? And they said, well, how long have you had it? I said, well, I had it just a few days, and this little thing jumped out of it, this little ball did. I said, once I found it, I tried to fix it, and I said, I've goofed it all up. And she asked me a few questions, and I had a replacement part within a few days without sending anything back, without proof of anything. That's customer service. So I'm stuck on Lee too.
Yeah, I mean, and the shotgun turret press that my grandpa had was a Lee.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, they don't even make shotgun turret presses anymore. And I'm like, kind of wish, wish I had that. But I mean, I think I don't think. No, yeah, they do. They still make the Lee Loadall for 20 gauge. Which I had to send back because something broke in it, and they said we'll be sending you out a whole new one. I'm sitting there like, it's just a broke blah blah blah. I can't remember. I think it was like a spring or something in the something wasn't it wasn't doing right, and so I called them up. They said, okay, well, and they're just shipping it out. I mean, it's a $60 press for 20 gauge.
Yeah.
And they're sending me it's our fault. This just got past us somehow in the quality check. Here's your brand new one. I've never had that from any kind of other company.
No, Lee's been outstanding with me, and I've got a guy on. Well, I say I've got a guy. There's a place on eBay, a particular store that I deal with that is a Lee distributor or Lee dealer or whatever.
Yeah.
And I've probably had 8 or 10 orders from him. It's just my list of eBay stuff has got him on it a lot. And he gets me everything. If he's got it in stock, I get it $1 or $2 cheaper with shipping than I can anywhere else. And Lee stands behind it, so it's all good.
Yeah. Stan says I'm saving up for a Lee Classic turret press. I
think that's what I've got is the 4-hole classic turret, and I love it. I mean, I don't need anything more, and I'll never take anything less.
Where I go a lot to look at things is for reloading supplies, because also Midway has a really good customer care service.
I deal with Midway and Grafts.
What did he say it was again? Oh, good Lord. Lee, I'll let you answer that while I look this up, see how much one of those cost on Midway for them. I can't leave a link to it because that'd be...
Yeah, as far as I know, other brands of dies work too. Now, I'm not 100% positive. I do believe that, and I would bank on that, because it seems like it's pretty much all a standard size for a die. A whole bunch of different dies interchange with different models of presses. But of course, now I use Lee dies, so I'm not exactly experienced in using other dies in it, but it's my understanding that other dies are the same threading and the same diameter for most things, and they'll work too. If I'm wrong, somebody correct me.
What press did he say it was again?
It's the Lee Classic Press, which is a classic turret press, which is a 4-hole classic turret press. It's the same one I'm using. And what I love about it is I buy different turrets for different calibers, and once I set that caliber up, I don't have to mess with it anymore as long as I'm not changing the bullet, or anything. I can just set it up. I can pull the turret out, set it aside, change calibers, put it back in. It's real fast.
That's yeah. Oh wow. The Lee bent breech hand press kit is only like $53.
Yeah.
That I would highly recommend that to any new reloader because it's just so easy. I'm not seeing that one on Midway. What would that be? Is it?
It's under Lee Classic Turret Press is what it'll be.
Lee. Yeah, Lee.
It's on Amazon right now. I see for $125.79 and free shipping in one place. That's the same one I've got.
Yeah, I'm looking. Here it is. Here it is. I said I should look it up. On Midway for brand new. It's on sale, so it's with free shipping. It's got the auto. It's got like a whole. Well, here, let me share screen this. Get rid of that one. Get rid of that one. Dadgummit. Dadgummit. All right. All right. Here's what I'm looking at. This is what it all comes with from this for 215. That's not the turret press with auto indexer, auto powder drum measure, large and small safety prime system. I got something in my eye. Safety powder scale. I can't read because I got something in my eye. Oh, case conditioning kit, including trace trimmer, cutter, lock, stud, chamfering to large and small pocket cleaner, case lubing, two modern reloading and second edition, revised reloading manual. That reloading manual right there is like what, $20 by itself. Good reloading book is what, about $20-$30 by itself.
I have a hard time finding a good loading book.
True, but yeah, this I had to say this is a pretty good deal right here. I mean, it's not the best deal, but I mean, you're getting a powder measure, scales. You're getting a lot of shit right here. That's like that's a whole starter kit. I mean, if I was to buy each of these separately, I'm spending about $100 just on what's on the table, not including the press. Probably more. Don't you think, Plowboy?
I'm over here shopping. I ain't even paid attention. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, I can't see what's what's on this table. The powder measure, the book, this drum measure, and these safety things. Yeah, like that book right there is about 20-ish bucks.
You know, I'm not too sure about buying the packages. The way that I did it is I got some things that were better than what were offered in some of the kits, and then I omitted some of the things that really didn't matter too much. For example, I got, instead of going with a kit, now I got the press that I wanted by itself, skinny, you know, but then I got a digital scale from oh shoot, can't even think of the name of the company now. It's the I got a bunch of things from them in there. Anyway, I'll think it when I quit trying. I got a digital scale from them and a few other things that are in that, that you would have that were in a kit, but it's better than what's in the kit. And I think that I probably got less in it overall than I did in the kit if I had bought the kit with that stuff in it. And there's some of that stuff that you don't really need that comes in that, you know. And I'm not going to be one to tell you that you don't need a reload manual, because of course a good reload manual is pretty much your Bible when it comes to reload, and that's where your safety's at. However, when you get when you get a little bit more experienced, you'll start seeing that some of the reload manuals have ridiculous differences. between what is a max load in one and what is a max load in another, and what's a start load in one and what's a start load in another. This come up the other day when somebody and I were discussing 454 Casull loading and H110 powder, and there are manuals out there from well-known makers, well-known companies that suggest a starting load that is so low that it will not reliably ignite H110, and you actually risk a squib load and blowing your barrel up with a squib stuck in it. So I don't trust that company at all, and I won't name the company, but a lot of people think that they're just everything that they present themselves to be, and they probably are, but they missed the boat on that one.
Yeah. But he says he needs a brass cleaner. I'm probably gonna get some hate for this one, but how I clean my brass is I take my brass, I put it in a 2-liter with the stuff with brass cleaner. I take two small pieces of wood on each side of it, on top of my washer. I wash my blankets. And it will sit there and it will clean their brass.
I've got a Frankfurt Arsenal tumbler, and that's the same brand as my bullet puller, the same brand as my digital scales. That's the brand I was trying to think of.
Yeah, but I mean, I got some brass that I need to clean, so I'll make a video on it. I mean, it don't come out the prettiest brass, right? But I mean, it's cleaned. I mean, 2 or 3 loads, right?
Oh, that'll be fine.
Yeah, I mean, it's clean on the inside.
I'm making some coffee.
All right, thank you, Mother. I heard the power measure in that kit is just all right. Some say get a new powder measure. I didn't buy a kit. Well, I bought a kit, but that didn't have like a lot of extra stuff. I had to get a powder measure. I went out and got the Frankfurt Arsenal reloading toolkit. This little thing right here. I love this thing. I can measure bullets on it, powders, and it's very easy to use. I've read the manual once and I knew how to use it.
Yeah, I believe that's the same scale I've got.
It's got it has a little pen.
Yeah, that's it. That's the same scales I'm using.
And I mean, and also what I really love about it is it lights up and you've got the big old numbers.
Yeah.
I mean, so, and it will let you know if you're not sitting, even if you're just a little crooked. It'll say unsettled. It won't let you measure. It has to be level.
And it has to be stable too.
Yeah.
See, I've got that for double checking my powder measure, but the powder measure I'm using is a Hornady lock and load that I've got mounted to my bench or my table. And I was using the Lee that's set up on top of the die. Well, now on some powders, that sucker was fast and accurate. But on other powders like 2400, H110, and IMR 4198, it's not as accurate, and I don't trust it. Yeah. So I did away. I mean, I still have that powder measure, and I can still put it up there if I want to on top of my expander die and powder through expander die. And when I do that, every 4th pull of the handle, I've got a loaded cartridge. And it's really about that fast and that simple. But this Hornady powder measure that I'm using now, powder dispenser I'm using, that sucker's accurate as it can be. If I'm a 10th off, it surprises me. Once I've got it set, I usually don't have to worry about it. It'll be a 10th high or 10th low at most. At most, it's usually not but 1 off.
Well, my main, I have a question for him. I hope he's still out there. Michael, what are you going to be reloading for? Because that makes a different what kind of press you. Because if you're just reloading some black powder cartridges, you don't need no big old fancy. You can get a single stage. because they'll laugh. Heck, there are people that found some black powder cartridges and still shot them. They're still good to shoot. Some 4440. They had shot them and they were fine. But of course, there's also, they went poof instead of bang because they got a little wet and old and they're made out of copper instead of brass. So anyway. Yeah, the Frankfurt Arsenal, that's don't. If you want a brass cleaning kit, basically go down to Harbor Freight, buy their rock chocolate thing. There you go. Or use a 2-liter bottle and your washing machine. I mean, all you need is some scrap wood. Or some flat 2 pieces of wood and one of these things. And it works. Your brass doesn't have to come out brand spanking new to work. You don't have to look. And after you fire it a few times, it's not going to look, especially if you're loading black powder, it's not going to look like this anymore. It's not. Trust me, no matter how, because I bought a cleaner. I've gotten rid of that thing. I bought a Frankfurt Arsenal. I sold it.
I've got a Frankfurt Arsenal tumbler that works good as long as you leave the brass in there a while. And I use it. As a matter of fact, that's all I use. But now with anything that's been shot black powder, of course, I spray it down with the equivalent of OxyClean just as fast as I can and let that go to work on it. And I'll spray it with pure OxyClean, like I said, equivalent. I can't remember what the brand is. And that really loosens up a whole bunch of crap. Then clean it out, and I put it in a tumbler. Man, it comes out looking great.
Well, I take down a 5-gallon bucket with me of hot soapy water. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I shoot a while. I get this little small sand toy pail full. I dump that brass into there and let it soak all the way home. It's about 1.5 miles from my shooting range to home. It's sitting there. It's already, and part of it's gravel road, so it's shaking and all that stuff. I dump it when I get home. Throw it in there. Wash some clothes. 2 or 3. Wash one cycle through. I rinse it out. Pour more hot soapy water in it. Another load. Dump it out. Dry it out. I mean, it works.
Seems like it worked. Seems like it would work to me.
I mean, it's saving me like you said, close to $78 plus whatever shipping is.
Well, my Frankfurt Arsenal tumbler was give to me, and it was brand new. It had never been used, so I didn't have much in that except for the big thing of crushed walnut hulls. I did buy that for $16.
I've got black walnuts that grow on my property. Shoot, I go out there and I grab some of those up. Just crush them, throw them in there. I've got the bottle around here somewhere. I just don't have it within hand's reach. But sometimes I don't even put it in there, and it still works. He's reloading. 7.62 by 34R, 38, 357, 223, 556. All right, where I would. Okay, here's the thing. With the 38s, you can reload them, black powder or smokeless. 357, you can throw black powder in, but I think you'll be hitting about this, reducing it down to about 38, close to about 38 special pressures, loading, ballistics, I should say, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not 100% sure. I don't. But yeah. No,
I
it
ain't
hit a little bit. It would hit a little bit harder than the 38 special and smokeless if you loaded a 357 case full of black powder, wouldn't it?
It might. It just depends. I mean, now I personally load up 38 special for when I load it with smokeless. I load it for that Cimarron Man with No Name, which is not a 357. It's a 38, and it's not a plus P gun, even though I think it's stronger than they give it credit for. But I loaded up with 4.5 grains of Universal, which is like a tenth or two below a plus P load.
Yeah.
And that's all I ever want from it. I do have some still loaded up with black powder, but I don't know. It don't 38 and black powder don't do a lot for me, so I just don't really fool with it much. It's more 45
Well,
coats a lot more fun black powder than 38 black powder is.
yeah. Well, I'm just saying you can do it, and I know a lot of cowboy action shooters use 38s
Mm-hmm.
for their lever guns, and some of the times they'll buy 357 pistols that look like the Peacemakers,
Mm-hmm.
but shoot 38 special black powder loads out of them.
Yeah, they're just a lot of them are just doing it for the reduced recoil and the faster getting
Yeah.
back on target for other shots. And there ain't nothing wrong with that, but I've always wanted the horsepower. I ain't never worried about the little spit loads.
Yeah.
I wanted the horsepower out of one.
Yeah, those are. I'm just saying it. If you. That's another thing he could do right there. Yeah. You just have to dump that water out dump that water out every so often. Don't any of that loot falls out because some will fall out. Even in the 45, I have a few cases fall out. Just got to plop those back in, refill it up, and then just throw around the Jeep. If you're going over like gravel roads, shoot, even if they're just rolling around back there. But if you get stopped by a police officer, explain to him what you're doing very carefully. Because, well, like I said, I've had emptied all 100 cases of my 45 Colt one day, making YouTube videos doing that. 100 cases of 45 Colt didn't even fill it up to here with the brass. Okay? So the rest was hot soapy water. And I was shooting black powder loads out of it. Say it like that. And this was actually a little bit rotating with some black walnut shells in there. Came out just fine. Now I have a question for you. Do you deprime before you clean or after you clean?
You asking me?
Yeah.
I deprime after I've been through the tumbler. I don't do it before it's in the tumbler.
Well, I've always done it before. Deprimed after I've cleaned it because I'm like, why do I want to put a dirty case into my clean dyes? Ugh.
When I do this, what I'm doing is I'm taking the freshly fired case, putting it in the tumbler, getting it clean, and then I put it in and I go from there. I run, the deprime and the resize and everything all at the same time and roll on just like that.
Well, because mine's basically a single stage. I have to deprime, prime, then size.
Yeah. See, I can do the deprime, the resize, and the prime on the same stroke because I've got that little arm that sets it up there, and when you run it down, it shoves that primer in there.
Yeah, that's
so
what I'm thinking.
I'm all on the same operation. If I broke it down, I would be slowing myself down. If I deprimed, then cleaned the case, and then went back to it, that's increasing my operations a lot.
Well, I kind of like it, depriming, because after I deprime, I can take that shell off, and look at, make sure there's no deformation in the primer pocket
Yeah.
before a new primer gets put in there. Make sure it's gonna, because even shooting black powder, that that could happen. Like you get a little deformation there. It's not as common as is hot loaded,
It's
but it could
44
happen.
Magnum and 454 Casu.
Yeah. But I just noticed the time, and I'm gonna have to be going to bed here soon because I have to get up and do another live stream tomorrow.
Well, I'm sobering up anyway. I got to get somewhere and do something different.
We'll do this some next week. So we'll see you then, guys.
All right, y'all take her easy.
All right. Night, everybody.